10th, let's continue the chapter waste management. And the topic to be discussed today is the effects of waste accumulation on the terrestrial life as well as on the aquatic life. So let's start the class. All types of terrestrial life, that means life on land, is affected with waste. Pollutants of waste enter the environment and become a part of food chain which accumulate in the bodies of organisms at different levels. For example, insecticides and pesticides are used by the farmers which are mixed with the water. Animals drinking that water may get infected. Plants growing in that area may absorb these chemicals and get infected. Humans consuming these plants may be also get affected. So directly, indirectly, all the human beings they will get affected by this waste accumulation, whether on land, and from land it gets affected because from that soil, plants growing in that area may absorb these chemicals and get infected. And the humans, so human beings consuming these plants, they directly, indirectly affected or get infected by consuming those plants, right? Now next is industrial waste contains a lot of toxic, so poisonous material which leaches into the soil and affects the plants, rodents and microorganisms also get affected. Cadmium is a silvery white element which is produced from the artificial phosphate fertilizers. So the farmers, they are using fertilizers, and that in chemical fertilizer, artificial fertilizer, what is there? Phosphate. Artificial phosphate is there which contains cadmium, and cadmium is a white silvery element which is very dangerous, and it affects the kidneys of animals, right? So it's written here, fodder grown in these soils carries cadmium to the livestock. Livestock means animals or cattle, which affects the kidneys of those cattle's animals. So earthworms die immediately because of cadmium concentration in the soil. We know that the earthworms, they are very so the earthworms, they are known as the farmer's friend. Why farmer's friend? Because they move into the soil and loosen the soil, as well as it helps in improving it helps in aerations, and it helps in aerations means exchange of gases, and also it helps in absorption of water in the soil, and it improves the quality of the soil. That is why earthworm is known as farmer's friend. But due to utilization of chemical fertilizers, the accumulations of cadmium, or the concentration of cadmium, that is a chemical which so that earthworms die immediately because of that concentrations. Which concentrations? Cadmium concentration into the soil, because cadmium is what? Cadmium is a phosphate chemical or artificial phosphate. It's a chemical which affects the animals, which affects the animals like your cattle's animals, like cows, buffaloes, and the other living creatures like earthworms. Effects of waste accumulation on aquatic life. So the aquatic life, at many places the sewage of the cities is drained into the rivers. It spoils the river water. Many industries also drain out their waste into the rivers. So this waste contains many toxic elements which are, on mixing with water, can destroy the biotic life of that region. So biotic life means aquatic life of that region. So that region means of water bodies, right? Heavy concentration of chlorine in water can destroy the fish population, right? So the waste or the sewage which is drained into the rivers, that contains chlorine, and that chlorine can destroy the fish populations. Ammonia is released in water in large quantity, which is a poison for the fish. The river water is channeled into canals, and this water is used as a means of irrigation. So this way toxic elements reach fields also, right? Because the farmers, they used to irrigate the through the artificial canal, and artificial canal is diverting what this contaminated water. So they reach that contaminated water reach fields, and crops grown there can absorb these elements. So what type of elements? Chlorine and ammonia, right? So at last it is the man who will suffer by consuming those crops. Obviously the human beings are consuming that crops, right? So consuming that crops means human beings are consuming those chemicals like chlorine and ammonia. It can lead to many types of diseases. Many cities get their drinking water from rivers and canals, and such water is unfit for drinking purposes, right? So various types of chemicals are released as waste by the factories and agriculture practices. Many of these chemicals are soluble in water. Soluble means which can easily dissolve in water. So the water slowly seeps down to join underground water. So it also pollutes underground water, right? The underground water is a major source of drinking water. It affects the life of the region, of that area. DDT is widely used by men. So DDT is also a chemical widely used by men. When it reaches water, it can destroy the aquatic life. Acid rain pollutes the rivers and lakes and affects the aquatic life there. So DDT, which the human are using in the field, which are used by the man in the field, that reaches the water, underground water, it destroys the aquatic life as well as it destroys the underground water. And acid rain pollutions, or the acid rain pollutes the river and lakes and affects the aquatic life there. So now what is acid rain? Let me explain. Acid rain is a rain or any form of precipitations that is usually acidic in nature, right? So here the factories and the industries are there, which are emitting what? Smoke from the chimneys. So smoke means it contains the pollutants like your oxides of nitrogen and oxides of sulfur, right? When those oxides of nitrogen and oxides of sulfur mix with the water here, moisture means water, H2O, then it forms what? Acid. When the moisture reacts with the nitrogen, oxides of nitrogen, it produces what? It produces nitric acid. And when the water mix with the this sulfur, oxides of sulfur, then it will form sulfuric acid. So in the form of rain, it comes back to on the earth. So that is called acid rain, because they are acidic in nature. That precipitation, that rainfall is acidic in nature. That is why it is known as acid rain. So it can it is very harmful. It affects the plants, aquatic life, and the infrastructure through the process of wet deposition, right? So I'll give you the example of this. Okay, bright white marble of Taj Mahal is turning yellow because of the acid rain, right? So acid rain is caused by the emissions of sulfur dioxide, as I already told you, and the nitrogen oxides, which react with the moisture, that is water molecules, in the atmosphere to produce acids, right? Okay, now next is effects. One more important effects on the aquatic life, that is the eutrophications. So this is a process by which a body of water acquires a high concentration of nutrients, especially phosphates and nitrates, is termed as eutrophications. These nutrients promote excessive growth of algae. As the algae die and decompose, high levels of organic matter and the decomposing organism deplete the water of available oxygen, causing the death of other organism, because in water oxygen is there, right? So because as the algae die and decompose, high level of organic matter and the decomposing organism deplete the water of available oxygen. So whatever the oxygen is there present in the water, that will be deplete means decreases, right? So causing the death of other organism, because why it causes death of other organism? Because of unavailability of oxygen, such as fish. So the eutrophication is a natural and slow aging process for a water body, but human activity greatly speeds up the process. So that is known as eutrophication. So eutrophication, simply we can write, it's a high concentration of nutrients like phosphates and nitrates in the water body, right? So that is eutrophication, which leads to what? Which leads to the deplete of water of which leads to deplete of oxygen in the water, right? And causing the death of the aquatic organism or aquatic life such as fish. So that's the eutrophications. Clear? Pollution and marine life. The impact of human activities has resulted in the pollution of every square mile of Earth's oceans. The pollutions of water bodies affects the marine life and the human life. In the present time, marine life is seriously getting affected by the oil spills, garbage dumping, accumulations of toxic materials or the poisonous materials, as well as the industrial waste in the water bodies such as oceans or lakes, right? Now causes. Now this pollution in the marine life, the causes are: drilling of oil can lead to oil spill, which can destroy the marine life. Once oil is spilled, it can neither be removed nor can it contain can and nor can it be contained, because oil and water do not mix. So it's a very difficult task once the oil is spilled on the ocean floor, or and it's going to destroy the marine life, aquatic life, right? And it costs more to clean up that oil spill. Accidental and deliberate discharge of crude oil into the ocean by cargo ships is regarded as one of the prime cause of the pollution, that is water pollution, right? Dumping of industrial waste into ocean. Dumping of industrial waste into ocean is another reason for destroying marine life, right? The waste often contain toxic materials, because industries like the for example the chemical industries or other factories, they contain the waste material contains toxic poisonous materials such as mercury, dioxin and radioactive materials, which contaminate, which spoils the water of ocean, right? So before discharging these waste from the industries, they should be treated, right? Now next is dumping of human waste, plastic, disposal of untreated or partially treated sewage water into the ocean is called garbage dumping. Underline this word, garbage dumping. So garbage dumping is what? It's a dumping of human waste, plastics and other disposal of untreated and partially treated sewage water into the ocean. That is a garbage dumping. This is one of the leading causes of marine pollution. Marine means aquatic pollution. Carbon dioxide emitted by automobiles due to the burning of fossil fuels leads to air pollution. They contaminate the air containing carbon dioxide, reaches the ocean in the form of acid rain, thereby polluting the water. So this is also one of the cause for polluting the water. Carbon dioxide which are emitted by the automobiles such as your cars, vehicles we can say. So due to the burning of fossil fuels also, it adds what? it leads to air pollution, and that pollutant, when it mixes with the water, then this carbon dioxide, for example, carbon dioxide is given here, this carbon dioxide mixed with the moisture in the atmosphere and reaches the ocean in the form of carbonic acid, so that is acid rain, so thereby polluting the water, right? Discharge of harmful chemicals like methyl mercury, this harmful industrial waste was responsible for Minamata disease, which was the first discovered in Minamata city of Japan. So the discharge of the harmful chemicals such as methyl mercury, this is what, it's a harmful industrial waste which was responsible for this disease. Which disease? Minamata disease, which was first discovered in the city of Japan, right? Okay, now effects. Oil spilling is hazardous, very dangerous for the marine life, and it seriously affects the life cycle of coral reefs thriving in the ocean. The oil spilled in the ocean could clog up the gills of fishes, thereby preventing respirations, right? It affects the process of photosynthesis of marine plants since it blocks the sunlight. It affects the cycle of coral reef. Coral reef, that cycle is actually the underwater ecosystem, we can say underwater ecosystem, and which is characterized by the reef building corals, right? So corals, actually the organism like the polyps coral, they build reef there in the oceans. So due to the accumulation of waste or due to oil spilling or the accumulation of oil, poisonous chemicals, this the cycle, it's going to affect the life cycle of the coral reefs, right? Not only that, it also clog up the gills of fishes, thereby preventing respiration, and the fish can die, right? It affects the process of photosynthesis of marine life, for marine plants, marine life, since it blocks the sunlight, because sunlight is also required for the growth of plants. Now the toxic waste have direct effect on the marine life and affect the human beings indirectly. When the harmful toxic waste are dumped into the ocean, the fishes can consume that poisonous chemicals, and directly indirectly when we consume that fish, this could lead to the what? Food poisoning, right? Okay, now next is carbon dioxide is hazardous. Carbon dioxide is hazardous for marine life, including coral reefs and free swimming algae. Plastics dumped into the oceans, because plastics are they are dumped into the oceans and can affect the marine life seriously. Plastic items such as bottles, bags could choke and suffocate the sea animals as they eat them, thinking that they are the food. Plastics are known to be a major cause for the death of turtles as they swallow the floating bags, mistaking them for jellyfish. So this is one of the serious problems regarding the death of turtles, because we know that the people dumped or they throw plastics or dumped plastics into the ocean. Thereby the plastics are known to be the major cause for the death of turtles. Why? As they swallow those floating bags and plastics, mistaking them for jellyfish, they the turtles, they think that it's a jellyfish, and mistaking them for jellyfish, they eat what? Plastics and floating bags. That is why they swallow that floating bags or the plastics, and they eat them thinking that they are the food like jellyfish. That is why the bag could, after swallowing that, the bags or the plastic could choke and suffocate the turtles, thereby death of the aquatic animals. right? Dumping of industrial waste such as pesticides, DDT can accumulate in the fatty tissue of animals. This could lead to the failure in the reproductive system of mammals and birds also. So it's not going to harm only the aquatic life, but it is going to harm the reproductive system of mammals and birds also, right? So that the accumulation of waste such as industrial waste such as DDT and your pesticides, insecticides, these all can accumulate in the fatty tissues of animals and lead to the failure in the reproductive systems of the animals and birds. So waste accumulation, it's really going to harm, and it's harming the aquatic as well as the freshwater life. So basically, when we talk about the marine life or the water bodies, it's going to the major causes are mainly two. First is the pesticides which are used in the agriculture or the field or the farm, which run off from the agricultural field. And secondly, it's a domestic and the industrial waste which are disposed into the rivers or the water bodies without treatment, or partially or untreated, and disposed, or it is untreated before disposing it into the water body. So before discharging the domestic sewage or the industrial effluents, they should be properly treated. Otherwise these type of problems could be faced by all, right? So we need to have a safe disposal before discharging it into the water bodies, right? So waste management is there for the safe disposal. So waste management is what? Waste management is the collections, transport, processing, recycling and disposal of waste, whether it's a solid waste, liquid waste or gaseous waste, right? It should be properly treated. The waste should be properly dumped or properly treated before it discharged into the water bodies or before it is dumped into on the land. So we call it waste management, right? So children, that's all for the day. So in the next video we'll discuss about the waste management and the different categories of different forms of waste, method of disposal, as well as we'll also discuss about the 3 R's of waste management, that is reduce, reuse and recycle, right? So till then, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.